All right, beautiful people, how y'all doing out there? Well, you know who I am. I'm Rocknrudy on the scene live with Rocknrudy and 97.7 FM The City. And this guy right here next to me, I'm going to tell you who he is. If you don't know, you will find out right now. The one and only, the famous Rad Matt Venture himself. That's right. Jared Fuentes in the house. All right, Jared. Woo! This man has been drawing for the past 10 years, and he's only 25. So, can you imagine that, right? He is a tremendous, great artist. Check him out. Look, this is some of his stuff right here. I know we're going to be posting some pictures that we have also that we're going to be posting as well, so you all can see exactly what Mad Rad Venture is all about. And I kept saying Mad Rad. He goes, it's Mad Rad Venture. Mad Venture Radio. All right, cool. And not only that, he's got shirts. Well, he doesn't have one on right now. And he's got comic books. Look at this. This is an awesome book. And I'm going to give you all a little secret on this. Joe Martinez, our boss, comes out in this. Turns out that this young man right here is an old student, and he doesn't look old, right? An old student of Joe Martinez from back in the day. And he was so inspired by Joe that when he started doing these comic books, he actually made a Joe Martinez character. And now I'm jealous because now I want one too, So we're going to have to find one for Rocknrudy. Jared, welcome to the show, buddy. How you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Talk to him on the phone. Sound like he's older than me and everything. And then here he is. I'm looking at him and I go, hey, is your dad here? Talk to us, Jared. How you been, man? How you been?
Good. I've been doing good. I've just been working on RadMad this whole time. Like how you said, I was a student for Joe Martinez in high school, and it started with having an idea of originally I wanted to do a cartoon, and even so, I told Mr. Martinez, hey, Mr. Martinez, we should have computers that we can draw, and he was like, you know what? Let me make a phone call. Let me see if I can make it happen. And
Martinez making it happen. All right.
And we ended up getting it. And so we ended up drawing, and I'm like, no, animation is really hard. There's a specific craft that is super. It's a little bit difficult, manageable, but I was like, nah, I really want something now. I want something now. So I was going through different ideas. And that's when I was like, you know what? I think a comic book would really help. So that's when I started making RadMad.
Nice. Now, I did go through some of his stuff there that he's got on Instagram. And I think Instagram's the only thing you have, right? Or
yes. Currently, I have a Instagram. I have it's at Japsy, JAPSYI. And on my link, I do have a link tree that has more of my socials.
All the good stuff too, and everything. And when you get one of these books, where do you go to get these books? Like right now that nobody knows exactly where to go to. Where can you get this stuff, Jared?
Usually I do them physically through Comic-Con. Usually they're like Comic-Con exclusives for now. I do post them the first volume from chapters 1 through 10, as well as some additional chapters. They're free to read on Webtoon. And Webtoon Manga Plus creators as well. And that's where I post all of my.
You've got a lot of them. This is not the only one that RadMad Adventures is the main thing.
Yeah.
But you branched out a lot of different comics and everything. Okay. So for example, your platform. What platform can they go to see this? Like besides that cartoon one.
Usually with these comics, they have it's all digital, so it's all digitized. So if you want to reread the contents within the book, it would be on Webtoons. It would be Webtoons, WEBTOONS. Okay. And then Manga Plus creators.
Not Mongo, manga, okay? Mongo don't know, but manga does, okay? And to get these books, only strictly like the Comic-Cons?
Yes. Currently, I'm still working on doing like a website and doing all these different outlets and
stuff. It's kind of hard when you by yourself doing all this.
Exactly. So again, this is a one-man team,
of course.
I do the arts, the story, the written parts, the penciling, the inking, the coloring,
everything, the stress, the everything. I bet you fired yourself a couple of times. You're fired.
Yeah, exactly that.
And what gave you the passion to want to do this? Because I know this is a passion. This is not something that no. You actually sit there and you actually take your time and really get into all that great stuff and everything. And like I said, we're going to be posting some pictures too, so y'all can see as well as we're going to. But talk to me. What happened there? One day you just got mad at somebody and did it, or what?
As a matter of fact, it all started in Joe's classroom. I was I was dating a girl back then, a good while, and originally I had this idea. I had this idea of like, oh, it very significantly different from Ranmat. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool. I was really into like gangster movies back then and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have this based on the significant other that I had. She was real cool, and but as time went on and we drifted, I was like, nah, I don't want to continue that. I want to come up with something because I already had the drive to draw something, right? So
wow.
oh yeah,
determination, right?
Yeah. So then for some reason I just started getting into like watching different movies, and I saw Mad Max Fury Road, and all these things. Like, oh, that's really fun, looks really interesting, and that's when I was like, you know what, I want to do something like that, something wild, something crazy, and that especially at that point in my life where I felt really. I wanted to go above and beyond. So Mad Max had that vibe of like going above and beyond, going wild and free. So that's when I started like going out with more of that post-apocalyptic story about it. And Ranmat is post-apocalyptic.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. It has.
I love it.
It's dark. It has obviously has its humor. It's a very strong mix between anime currently and that Mad Max vibe. So when I was working on
Afrojack lookalike type of thing,
I've gotten multiple people who tell me they got like, oh, the style looks like this, the style looks like this, the style looks like this. This looks like from an anime, this is from a cartoon, this is from a comic. So I'm glad that people are getting multiple facets of the way they interpret the art.
That was
style.
the object.
Yeah,
that was your whole thing about let's see if they can catch this.
Yeah,
and they are, right?
Yeah, look. I was trying to look as unique as possible with my story. So. As that time progressed, that's when it started morphing to what it is now. And when I was going through the motion of creating characters, I want to throw it to Joe Martinez, my teacher, Mr. Martinez. He had a picture in his classroom of him and some previous students at a prom time, and he had a black suit, red tie, and me and my friend were like, "Hey, sir, you look like a mobster here. You look like especially around like a big family, like you look like an Italian mobster." So I was like,
"You were Scarface and Mr. Martinez."
So basically, I ended up putting Mr. Martinez in the book, like, especially since Mr. Martinez definitely helped with so much of pushing me with Ranmat and all these things.
Right.
So it all started in his studio. He even gave me like a little office space so I can work on Ranmat, practicing the craft. And
that's Mr. Martinez for you, man. That guy goes above and beyond for you.
Yeah,
if he can make it happen, he will make it happen. Let me put you that way.
Exactly.
That's why we love you, Joe. You know that, Joe.
So because of that, that's when I started working on little animations, trying to visualize everything. And that's how Ranmat was born.
You also have a little cartoon going on, right? Or you're starting to, right?
Yeah,
because I saw little clips here and there. I'm telling you guys, this little man here, oh man, he's already blowing up. He's getting all over the place, and he's got now a little cartoon happening there. And what is it? What is the name of that little cartoon or the clip that you have out there? There's a couple of clips.
It's using the same characters of Ranmat. It's using the main characters such as Violet, Rose, Marlo, Jody, and also some other side characters that people like. And what I like about it is that about Ranmat is that there's a bunch of characters, and sometimes I would post on my Instagram, "Hey guys, which characters do you guys like?" Almost none of them are the same character.
Right.
So that's how you've had a good character cast,
right?
Because everyone likes a separate little character, and so I do animations of those characters that people want to see. So I've done 2D animation, I've done tweening animation, so multiple and different animations that again I do by myself. So
and you stay up late doing these things and stuff like that?
I do stay up late.
So you don't work then, huh?
Right?
You don't work then. You just stay at home, but this is your job right here, right?
So I do commissions. I do some people come to me, "Hey, I want you to draw Violet with my character, or I want you to draw my character with this character," and blah blah blah. And people pay for me to draw them, and it does help a lot. And again, I have my mom and my dad that again they are super supportive. Joe is super supportive, so everyone's super supportive that I'm able to comfortably but still stressfully trying to push my way.
Well, it's always stressful when you're doing this because a lot of times this book sold 1 million copies. Now the next book's got to sell 2 million, and you got to make it better than what the other book was.
I was showing these off at Comic-Con, the recent Comic-Con, the Anime Fiesta, I believe. And this book, the second volume, hasn't released in online yet.
Okay.
So and the way to read is that you would get them physically. So like, if you guys wanted to come out to Comic-Con and support, and wanted an exclusive look on the second volume, then you can buy it and get it and read it way in advance. Yeah.
Way in
So
advance.
I was a little bit nervous at Comic-Con because it was my booth, and again, I know it's real difficult to sell what's original, right? Usually people say like, I already recognize this show, so I'm gonna buy stuff from this show. I recognize this cartoon, so I'm gonna buy stuff from this cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in my booth, I had a bunch of stuff, and I had the posters, I had little pins, I had stickers, I had books, and all the booths around me were getting people, but the ones that mine wasn't. So I was like, I felt real like, oh man, real discouraging. And again, you have to go through that whenever you're doing something.
Of course, especially when it's original.
Yeah, exactly that. So I'm like, man, I was like, it was tough. But then, by miracle from God, thank you, that it's the people just started coming in and like, I like your book. By the time I knew it, I sold out all the books.
All your books, I think that.
Yeah.
It was a blessing. That was what it was. God saw you struggle. He said, "Oh no, this young man's worked too hard. So let me push him a little bit more." That's what it is, And it's the truth. God helps those that help themselves. If you don't want to help yourself, then God's not going to help you. It's just plain and simple. It's the way it is. Any girlfriends? Are you married? Children that you don't know about or anything?
No. I'm still single.
You're still single. Well, look at what he does. That's why he's single. Hello.
Yeah. Again, it takes a lot of time and
a lot of dedication. That's what it is.
It is a dedication, and again, I would I do try to again. Speaking of that, and again, I put a lot of inspiration from people that I meet into the story.
Right,
so again, I have a character that's inspired by Joe Martinez. I have two characters that are my mom and dad, my older brother, my younger brother, three of my best friends, and some other little Easter eggs of some online friends that I had. So
you got to buy it to see it to know who it is, right?
Yeah. So, and again, and especially if you have like a real strong character, like, I really like that aspect of the character, I'm gonna throw it in and
there you go.
It takes a lot of inspiration from real life.
That is awesome. And how long does it normally take you to draw a book?
Yeah. Oh man, it ranges. Sometimes I have issues. I usually post monthly on the issues. Sometimes it takes a month. Sometimes it takes 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Depending on each issue, right? But in terms of like the whole volume, it takes maybe like a couple months. It takes maybe 8 months, 9 months, depending on how short it is, how elaborate I want it to be, and stuff like that.
Now, let me ask you, like, let's just say, for example, a couple is going to get married, and they want you to do a character for them, and they, how is it they can get a hold of you for that? Tell the people, how can they get a hold of you if you're interested in doing You do things like that, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I do have an Instagram. That's where I'm most active. It's Japsy, Japsyi, and that's where I usually answer DMs. I usually interact with a lot of people there, a lot of comments, a lot of stories. So yeah, that's where I do all of my stuff.
Nice. Have you been because I know I saw you got a pretty good following there on Instagram and everything, which is good. But do you know, like, have you been out of state, like Japan or anything like that?
Not yet. But again, my books are out of state. International, because I had a friend in France, and I even mailed some books to her. So I mailed it, sent me pictures of everything, and it was really cool. So like, now my books are in France.
There you go.
I was doing thanks to Joe, I was doing a film shoot that they were filming here, and it was a set from California, and it's also different from other places. And I was also showing them about my book too, and they're like, you know what, let me buy one. So and amongst the cast and crew, they had books of Radmad.
Nice.
So now some of the books are in California.
Yeah,
I have voice actors in Radmad, in my YouTube channel, in Radmad Venture YouTube. I also have a opening, it's like an intro for basically the show, and I got a band from France to do the music.
Nice!
So it was really cool. It was
real nice.
Yeah. So within that, I also have voice actors that voice a lot of the characters in Radmad. Strong character voice actors, that I love here. That Ruby, Ty, these are the voice actors.
Right.
Ty.
Joe doing any voice?
Aaron, he's giving me these clips of Joe, and I do want him to be the voice of Joe.
You comic star.
Yeah,
right.
Ruby, Aaron, Ty, Alan, against Jalen. So many amazing, talented Taylor. So many amazing voice actors that voice the characters, and I'm so grateful that they're there. And with that, being able to hear their voices, and it's super cool hearing them
Bringing your
come
characters to life,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
what it is, man. I can imagine that's just something great because it's totally different than basically what I'm used to, because all I do is radio and music and stuff like that, quinceañera as it was, and dancing and all that great stuff. But somebody that actually, is publishing stuff and draws them, and it comes out of their mind, out of their creation. That's how mental he is, that's what, just joking. No, but it's the truth,
You have to be a certain type of crazy to do this.
Yeah. Dark crazy too, because Retros is the darkness and everything. That is so awesome. So how can I say, like, what is it that you like? I know in the future you want to be a big time publisher, something like Stan Lee or something like that, right?
I tried. I really want Ranma to be a Valley thing where people be like, oh, what comes from the Valley? Oh, they have their own like manga too. They have their own they have their own like strong comic guy. Because I know it's. I feel that this is a very different from like comic book, like standard comics, like Spider-Man.
Right.
It's a little bit. I really wanted to orientate the storytelling, the style of like media, the way it kind of looks a little bit. I really wanted to reminisce more of anime, like manga, anime, the Japanese kind of vibe to it.
But it does, and it looks real good, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you guys, just go to his website, Instagram, Japsy, JAPSYI, and take a look at some of the stuff that he has. You know what I mean? Take a look at the things. You mean, like, I know we're going to be posting some pictures, like I said, but I just can't get over it. This guy's the eyes, the way he made his eyes and everything. And this guy's got pink eyes. Where the heck have you ever seen pink eyes? But it's cool. That's why that's the mentality. You know what I mean? His creation, his character, his way of thinking and printing and making it happen. And then doing the little comic strips, like cartoons, coming up to life, and the people voicing it and everything. And one of them right here in front of us, working back over here. I didn't even know the whole time. I didn't know he worked. He knew Joe like that or anything, but it's a pleasure. I'm telling you, there is talented people out there. Talented people, all kinds of talent. No matter what kind of talent you've got, well, it does matter, because there's some talents we can't do. They're great talents, trust me. But yeah, let me know. Hey, reach out to me, rocknrudy2141@gmail.com. Let me know what you've got for a talent. Give me your phone number. Let me your phone number. I'll call you back. We'll set up a schedule. Ain't that right?
Yes,
I reached out to him too, like the same way.
It was awesome.
Right. He was all excited. I'm telling you, I thought I was speaking to an old man. Look at him. Like, he got an older voice. You got that deep voice of the. Is there any shout outs to anybody you want to send out to right now?
I just want to shout out to Joe, Mr. Martinez, to setting up this whole thing. I thank him for everything that he's pushed me through. My mom and dad, obviously, my younger brother, my older brother, Diego and Angel, my mom Martin Milena, also my three best friends. They are characters in Ranma. They're like the bad guys, but they're like, I want to be the bad guys. Okay, I'll let you be the bad guy.
And their names are Larry, Carly, and Mo.
It's Avan, Daniel, and Angel.
All right.
And again, I have also friends from out of state. They're online friends that also help me. My friend like Vapor, Nicholas, Simi. They also push a lot. So again, it really means a lot to everybody. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you what. I got a good friend of mine, very close friend of mine, Masaki Sagawa. He lives in Japan, and he's watching right now too. So what I'm gonna do is, Masaki, I'm gonna try to get a hold of Jared for you, and I'm gonna send you some of these over there. And I know you come from the land of anime and stuff, but this is Valley May. All right, I like that. Ooh, we have to start that. You like that? Hi, Joe. Valley May. Valley May.
That's good.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's mine. Copyright. Rocknrudy 21. Anybody else? Shout out to anybody else?
I guess that's all. Again, shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're here with me already. So
Again, I really want to try my best to have Ranma as much as to events as possible. I really want to collaborate with some local businesses here. People who do like boba, people who do comic shops, people who do all these things.
Right.
So I really want to shout out to them to go to your locals. That's pretty much it, I guess. Yeah.
Well, get with Joe, and next time we have the art walk going on here and stuff like that, bring your stuff, put it out, right?
Yeah.
And whenever we do an event or whatever, we'll call you to come on over. We can even talk to what's going on, the River Rock 7 band out there. Or you guys, we have got a young man here who is going to be interested in probably open up a little stand there so he can show your stuff off, right?
Yeah.
And there's this Armed Forces Festival coming up, guys, so get ready for that. Anybody else shout out? Nobody?
No, I guess Again, there's so many people that have helped me out through so many things. Again,
Thank you all.
guys. Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's too many to announce,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And at the spur of the moment, because I put them on the spot. That's what it is. I also want to send a big old shout out to Ms. Ott. Right? That's it, right? Ott? Miss Ott. Mr. Ott is our Bitcoin podcaster that does it here at 6 p.m. He didn't come today because it's her birthday, which is a very good reason. Because a happy wife is a happy life, let me tell you. And Ms. Ott, we want to wish you a big old happy 21st birthday. It's Forever 21 for all the ladies, because I don't go over that because then you'll never hear the end of it. And have him spend all his money on you. He's got Bitcoin money. Remember that, okay? All right. There you go, Mr. Ott. Mrs. Ott, once again, happy birthday and God bless you many more. Big old shout out to all you beautiful people for watching. And a big old shout out to all the beautiful people that are supporting all the local bands, all the local artists. Support them, please, 110%. And to my two lovely ladies, Drenna D and Darlene Dre, and my grandson, Carson, my son-in-law, Tim. And get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because right after this young man, I've got the girl that flipped me earlier when I was doing my flyer. Y'all heard it, right? That's right. We're going to have the one and only, the women's state champion from Mackay 5A, the one and only Ava Aragon. She's going to be coming up here shortly. Are you all ready for that? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Rocknrudy with 97.7 FM The City. Rocknrudy Scene Live. Have a good night. See ya. Peace.